I can't tell you how much fun it was to do the show and to see this. It brought back so many memories and such performances. This is a total surprise to me, and I'll never forget it. I won't probably realize it till in the morning. But thank you. God bless you. I just love it. Thank you. I know.
Last Christmas, we got a lot of snow, but this year, it'll look a little different, and I'll show you. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a mass shooting at a university in the Czech Republic. Tonight, what's known so far about the gunman who killed more than a dozen people. Plus, why AAA is predicting airports to be busier than ever the next couple of weeks, and how the weather could also impact some holiday travelers on the roads. And as millions of Americans prepare to spend time with their families, the rise in hospitalizations for respiratory viruses. What you need to know. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
It's looking pretty quiet out there for now. Air, what are we expecting overnight?
Well, we've had some drizzle throughout this evening. We'll expect that to continue tonight. As we take a look here, most of that drizzle activity, though, is going to increase more likely at around 4 a.m. Those temperatures still fairly warm in the 30-degree range, low 30s. And taking a look currently, as you can see, maybe about 28 down there in Menominee and everyone else in that similar range. Coming up, though, we'll talk about desert weather, what that means, as well as this cloud coverage that we're seeing across the UP.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now overseas, officials say a student opened fire at a university in Prague, killing at least 14 people and injuring more than 20 in the Czech Republic's worst mass shooting. A U.S. State Department spokesperson says the agency is not aware of any American citizens injured or killed and that it is monitoring the situation closely. Bradley Blackburn has the report from New York.
The deadly shooting happened at a university building located in a busy tourist area in Prague's Old Town.
We had the sirens, like 4 or 5 gunshots that were very loud. People screaming, people running for cover.
Authorities say a gunman opened fire from the roof of the Faculty of Arts building of Charles University.
We barricaded the door. We put all the, desks against the door.
Police say they later found the body of the gunman, a 24-year-old student at the school. Authorities found a large quantity of ammunition beside him, but it wasn't clear if he was shot in a battle with officers or killed himself. This man says he was texting his daughter, who was at the school, when chaos erupted.
And I was giving their instruction, like not to be next to the window, lay down, barricade the door, and I was trying to stay in contact with her.
Students were warned to stay put, while some desperately took cover on a ledge. Others jumped to safety. The gunman is also suspected of killing a man and an infant girl less than a week ago, and it's believed he killed his father earlier Thursday before tragedy unfolded at the university. Officials say there's no indication of any political or terrorist motive for the attack.
The Czech government declared Saturday a national day of mourning. Millions of Americans are hitting the roads and the skies, hoping to make it home in time for the holidays. According to AAA, it could be busier than ever this year at the nation's airports, and things are already getting complicated for some of those who choose to drive instead. Astrid Martinez has the report.
What makes you feel good?
We got all of our bags checked and we're ready to go.
Across the nation,
I have everything on my purse. This for the plane.
The holiday getaway is on.
We got to get to here to wait. And let's rush, and then now we gotta wait.
Millions of Americans flock to the nation's airports Thursday, one of the days projected to be the busiest to fly this winter season.
You just have to be patient and know that there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of energy.
And with record crowds expected, the Transportation Security Administration says it's working to ensure flights stay on schedule.
I've seen the airlines step up
after we put a lot of pressure on them last year.
Close to 3 million people are expected to fly every day during the holidays. Travelers are being advised to leave extra room for time and to make sure any gifts are unwrapped for inspection. Mother Nature is already impacting travel plans on the West Coast for those choosing to hit the roads.
We just saw a car hydroplane and smack into the island.
The National Weather Service issued a flood watch in parts of Southern California Wednesday night, with rain continuing for some areas into the end of the week. The busiest days on the road this week will likely be Saturday, so travelers are being urged to keep a close eye on the weather forecast.
AAA is projecting more than 115 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home from Saturday the 23rd to Monday, January 1st. Most of them are expected to drive. 'Tis the season for all the respiratory viruses that can ruin your holiday. New data from the CDC shows a troubling jump in the number of patients with COVID, flu, and RSV needing to be hospitalized. Danya Backus has more on how you can try to keep your family healthy.
As we spend more time indoors, cases of COVID, flu, and RSV are rising.
Indoor environments, particularly in the winter, tend to be a little bit lower humidity, and that's been shown to help transmit some respiratory viruses.
Dr. Andrew Pekash is a virologist at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Data shows over the past several weeks, hospitalizations rose 200% for the flu, 51% for COVID-19, and 60% for RSV.
While we're seeing increases in influenza in particular at this time of year, they're not as severe as they were last year. And when we dig down deep at the viruses that are circulating right now, they all seem to be pretty good matches for the viruses that are in the vaccine.
But vaccination rates are lagging. The CDC issued an advisory that low vaccination rates against flu, COVID, and RSV with increasing cases could lead to more severe disease and strain on the healthcare system. Another thing we can all do to help prevent the spread of these viruses, pay attention to symptoms and stay at home if sick. Dr. Pekash says testing is also critical and needs to be done early after symptoms.
We have to deal with these respiratory infections every year. We shouldn't ignore them. But we have a lot of tools to be better prepared to deal with them, whether they be vaccines ahead of time, the extended testing that we can do right now for viruses, and the availability of antivirals.
He says using these tools can minimize the impact of these infections and keep more people safe.
Antivirals for COVID and flu must be taken as soon as symptoms begin, which is why it's critical to test early. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, family traditions at a Christmas tree lot in Iron Mountain and what happens to the trees that don't get sold at the end of the season. And later, living up to the name, how a small town in Florida really gets into the Christmas spirit. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
You know, how you feel on the inside is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy.
I'm grown up, in every way, care and take care of you. I'm grown up and I know you're there. I'm grown up and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
It's the picture-perfect season.
Gingerbread house.
I mean, this is Pictionary.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
For festive family fun.
Oh, eggnog. We ran out of time. Ooh, Orlando looks confident.
Hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate. Gabrielle even gave us the season.
Watch all new episodes.
Ski launch.
Ski launch.
Pictionary every weekday.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For better service, experience. Come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Watch WZMQ 19 News at your convenience, always streaming free on viewit.com. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Boy, we are having an unseasonably warm December. Today we saw a high of 31, that low just 26 degrees. We'll stay with those 30s and 20s tonight. Most of us, though, in that lower 30 range, and those clouds hanging out with us too. They just love us right now. South winds are going to hang out as well into Saturday, hence these warmer temperatures hanging around, as well as those clouds. Tonight, we'll see an average of about 33 degrees, some drizzle expected out there. But again, most of that drizzle coming later on or early on our Friday. Those lows, we just talked about that, most of us in that 30-degree range. So on Friday and Saturday, we're looking at cloudy conditions. We've got chances of freezing drizzle in the morning on Friday, and then we could see that drizzle returning in the morning on Saturday, likely to end later in the day, though, but we could see some fog, and those temperatures still very warm, hitting 40s. Okay, a lot of precipitation, over in Minnesota as well as Canada, but we have been fairly dry in the UP. Some snow showers down in the Mitten, so if you're headed that way, you might have a snowy white Christmas that you're looking forward to, but we are not seeing anything on the radar currently. Now, as we get into our morning, I mentioned that freezing drizzle is possible. We could see it in Gogebic, even up there in Houghton County, and then possibly even in Marquette County around 10 a.m. So just a heads up there. It is likely to also return later in the evening. Now, possible snow showers over here in Luce County heading eastward there. And like I mentioned, around later evening hours, 9 o'clock, maybe some freezing drizzle down in Iron County, but everyone else seeing possible rain showers, very light rain. And then Saturday could be your day to travel, as we've got cloudy conditions, not seeing a whole lot of precipitation at the moment. Likely not to be traveling in any snow showers. Friday, like we talked about, there's that chance of freezing drizzle on the road. So if you don't want to deal with that, maybe hold off until Saturday, but definitely Sunday on Christmas Eve, it should be a fairly nice day to travel. And then Monday, looking ahead, we are likely to see showers here in Marquette, that high around 41 degrees. Let's just back up though to Christmas Eve, 47 degrees. When was the last time you saw that? All right, possible showers continuing on Tuesday, even on Wednesday, and then we might dry up on Thursday. But other than that, it's looking like not such a white Christmas. I've got more on that coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Ariane. A Christmas tree lot in Dickinson County got some surprise visitors today. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle has the story from Newens Tree Lot.
Here at the Newens Tree Lot, for over 30 years, countless trees have been sold, family traditions are made, and people travel from around the Midwest to pick their perfect tree. But did you ever wonder what happens to the handful of unpicked trees?
The Toddick family discovered the perfect tree, ensuring their grandchildren stay busy with the decorating. The tree is already a home crowd pleaser, doubling as a cozy spot for half a dozen dogs on the tree skirt this year.
Our 4 children will be home with their spouses and all the grandchildren, just 5 of those, and we'll have 6 dogs, about 3 Goldens, a couple Labs, and drove by one day and thought, look at those beautiful trees.
But for the few trees that don't get all dolled up, some dogs will still be having fun with them.
They're ready for a run.
They're ready to go.
The unpicked trees will give Sassy and Diva the ultimate game of hide and seek.
We run beagles on rabbits. What I do then is bring the trees back into the woods for cover for the rabbits. They got to go find the rabbit and chase it.
The Northern Michigan Hare Association has a handful of beagle clubs around the UP, some drawing in national and even international competitors. Tyson says beagle clubs have been around for quite a while.
Most of the clubs got started like after World War II. The kids came home, and many clubs started between 45 and mid-50s.
Tyson will be back around Christmas Eve to pick up the leftover trees for his beagles. The next Beagle field trial competition will take place in Ironwood the first week in January. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
The Newens Tree Lot will remain open through Christmas Eve. A Marquette County restaurant is bringing back a Christmas time favorite, even if there isn't much snow on the ground for it. The Up North Lodge in Gwynn is offering sleigh rides now through the end of March. Since December 1st, the lodge has already held around 100 sleigh rides. Residents can enjoy a 2-horse sleigh ride for up to 45 minutes around 80 acres of forests and hills.
Actually going to do them all winter long. We do them into March. Right now over the holiday period though, we do them every day because a lot of people have family and friends in for the holidays, and we just want everybody to be able to share this with us.
Coming up tomorrow night on your 19 News at 6/5 Central, we'll get a closer look at the horses that pull the sleigh and hear from residents who make it part of their winter traditions. A Marquette home away from home is bringing Christmas to its residents. The Steve Mariucci Family Beacon House hosts patients and families year-round who travel to the UP to receive medical care. As surgeries and treatments don't stop for the holidays, some of those patients are staying there through Christmas and New Year. Beacon House staff will be hosting a Christmas Eve dinner and a Christmas Day buffet. The CEO says it couldn't be done without an amazing team.
Never plan for an emergency. You don't plan for crisis, and that does happen in December too. I'm always so in awe and impressed with all my team who says, no, I'll work Christmas Day, or oh gosh, are you kidding? I'm there Christmas Eve. Absolutely, I'll come in and help with the meal.
The CEO says December has always been the busiest time of year, and offering a dinner is the least they could do. Another venture of the Beacon House is the GiftWell gift shop in the lobby of UP Health System Marquette. It serves as a space for those working in the hospital to get a little shopping done and even take a brief step away from the hospital environment. On top of that, the shop is offering discounts for any last-minute shoppers. You can find anything from items decked out in plaid, quality jewelry, even Christmas PJs and jackets. The 20% discount runs until December 23rd, with all the proceeds going toward running the Beacon House. When you think of Christmas, sunny Florida maybe isn't the first place that comes to mind, but one small town in the state really embodies the holiday. Christiane Benavides has the story.
Welcome, I love your bag. A visit to the post office this time of year may seem like a chore. Got my letters. But in Christmas, Florida, it's a tradition. Good morning. How are you? Dawn King is the postmaster for the town of about 2,000 residents that keeps a Christmas tree up 365 days a year. Much like the town, the post office keeps Christmas decorations up year-round. But it's during the holidays when it sees the most visitors. It is absolutely the busiest time of year for us. The post office handles letters to and from Santa. And we got a reindeer. And also has decorative stamps.
This is going to the United Kingdom, Australia, Japan.
It's where Skylar Hand comes to mail more than 100 holiday letters every year.
It's ironic to send a Christmas card from Florida from Christmas. You know, you don't think of like Christmassy things in Florida.
LaDonna Johnson is all about the Christmas spirit. This has been her go-to post office for 2 decades.
To get a card from someone that they know and love cares about them, that means that's just a special thing.
It's a lot of fun.
It's Emily Acosta's first year.
We're starting our tradition, yep.
While for Walter Alcoin, the annual trip holds a special memory.
This is our favorite part of the year every year, so a little hard for me, so keep the tradition going.
He and his wife of 30 years would make the 50-mile drive to Christmas to mail their cards.
She went all out for Christmas every year. Full tree, full lights at home.
Cynthia Alcoin died 10 years ago.
I know she knows I'm still doing this to this day. I know she's watching down on me doing it.
A holiday tradition that embraces the spirit of the season and shares it with that special postmark.
The town of Christmas, Florida is located between Orlando and Cocoa Beach by the Kennedy Space Center. It's also the home of the largest man-made alligator in the world. Still ahead, it's about time to start thinking of those New Year's resolutions. What a survey revealed about the top financial goals Americans have. That's after this break.
Tonight, Colbert's got a new late show with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.
Everybody knows it's the holiday season when Anderson and Andy show up.
Tonight on CBS.
10 million people call Michigan home. The state capital since 1847 is in Lansing, and decisions made in this building affect you and the Upper Peninsula. I'm WZMQ 19 Sophia Murphy, uncovering what's really happening here every day, tracking issues about your health and the environment, taxes and roads, schools, and safety. Reports direct from the Capitol, only on your WZMQ 19 News.
Sophia Murphy, reporting live from Lansing, exclusively on 19 News.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, calling all Aquaman fans, we've got Jason Momoa. How many action figures do you have?
There's a lot, Jennifer.
Plus, one lucky fan gets all of my holiday giveaways. Then wait till you hear the music this man makes.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Come on down to Outdoor Man, where our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
We found a bear cub in here. Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
From America's deadliest wildfire in 100 years to arrests in a couple of high-profile cold cases to a life-and-death comeback on the football field. Bradley Blackburn looks back at the news that made national headlines this year.
Fast-moving flames devastated Maui in August, killing at least 97, making it America's deadliest wildfire in 100 years.
We've been pulling people out since last night.
Smoke from Canadian wildfires turned the skyline orange along the East Coast in June and impacted air quality as far as the Midwest. Extreme weather brought blizzard conditions and a tropical storm to Southern California, made the annual Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert a muddy mess, and baked Phoenix, Arizona for 31 days, with highs 110 degrees or above.
Free, free Palestine!
The Israel-Hamas war led to protests across the country, with the FBI director warning of unprecedented terror threats amid the conflict.
The threat level has gone to a whole nother level since October 7th.
Tensions rose to a fever pitch on college campuses, and the president of the University of Pennsylvania resigned following her testimony at a House hearing on anti-Semitism. Protesters demanded justice for Tyree Nichols, who died after a violent encounter with Memphis police officers. Gun violence surged in 2023. The year started with 2 deadly mass shootings in California and a first grader who shot his teacher in Virginia.
A 6-year-old. It is unprecedented.
Michigan State University and UNLV both experienced deadly shootings on campus, while 3 9-year-olds were among those killed at a Nashville elementary school. Mass shootings took more lives at a bowling alley in Maine, a bank in Kentucky, and a Dollar General store in Florida. With border crossings at near record levels, Texas installed a floating barrier on the Rio Grande to keep migrants out. It faced legal challenges, while mayors of big cities demanded more federal help to deal with the massive influx of asylum seekers.
This is not sustainable.
The U.S. Coast Guard led the search for 5 people on board a submersible headed to the Titanic wreck. Their trip ended in tragedy. A series of summer shark sightings kept beachgoers on edge. New York police made an arrest in the string of unsolved killings on Long Island known as the Gilgo Beach murders. There was also an arrest in another high-profile cold case, the 1996 murder of hip-hop star Tupac Shakur.
I'm innocent.
And it took a jury less than 3 hours to convict disgraced South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh for the murders of his wife and son. A toxic train derailment near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border forced communities to evacuate. After suffering a cardiac arrest on the football field, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin made a triumphant return in October, playing in his first NFL regular season game.
Astonishing pass!
The Man Time magazine calls the greatest living soccer player moved to the U.S., joining Inter Miami. Lionel Messi sold out games and helped the last-place team win the Leagues Cup, its first major trophy.
Here in Michigan, the Whitmer administration is looking back on a busy year. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist tells WZMQ he's proud of the productivity he saw this fall. In particular, he says the investment in education and child care, making it more available for families around the state and providing meals for all public school students. Gilchrist says looking forward, he hopes to prioritize securing the UP's broadband network to support people across the peninsula.
We're working to connect every Uper to the internet. High speed, affordable, high quality internet. It's a personal passion of mine. I want to see Michigan be the first state to connect all of our people online.
More of our conversation with Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist is available now on our mobile app and our website, WZMQ19.com. The new year is quickly approaching, and Americans, of course, are thinking about their resolutions for 2024. Jill Schlesinger says financial resolutions need a solid game plan.
If your New Year's resolutions involve money, you are far from alone. According to a survey from Fidelity Investments, 66% of Americans are considering a financial change. For the 15th consecutive year, the top ones are save more, pay down debt, and spend less. While these goals are admirable, they need to be more concrete and specific. So instead of the generic intention to save more, a tangible alternative is contribute 6% of my salary to my retirement plan. Instead of reduce debt, write down how much extra money you're going to put towards an outstanding credit card balance or student loan. And for spend less, determine where exactly and by how much you can cut back. These resolutions do share something in common. They require you to understand how much money is coming in and going out of your household. Before you panic, I'm not going to tell you to create a budget, but you do need to track your money, and technology makes it easy. A few apps that have free versions include Pocket Guard, Good Budget, and Honeydew, which caters to couples. For upgraded features, there's the app called You Need a Budget. It's $99 a year after an initial free trial. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
We have some potential freezing drizzle to contend with tomorrow that could affect your morning commute. Ariane has the outlook on the way. And a special experience with Santa for some Marquette County kids with sensory needs. That's our final story after this break.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Who will be there when there are voices that need to be heard? Who will be there when amazing rises up? Or a need for a warning comes falling down? Who will be our ears and our eyes? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. There's a whole world of opportunities waiting for you. Whether it's on air as an anchor or reporter, or behind the scenes as a producer, engineer, sales rep, or more, our close-knit team brings the truth to light, elevates voices, responds in times of need, encourages diversity, and builds community. Come be there as history unfolds to deliver the news, the information, and the entertainment that Michigan needs. Bring your talents and creativity to the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com to get started.
For more than 30 years, our community has come through, building affordable homes, making critical repairs, and building ramps for those who need a little help and a little hope. Habitat for Humanity volunteers produce amazing results treasured forever. You could be our next hero. Volunteers are needed to provide affordable housing in Marquette County. Join in, sign up, it's easy. Go to UpersUnited.com or use the QR code shown here. A public service message of Habitat for Humanity and WZMQ TV 19.
Sing along with Stalag 13.
Hello! Hello! We hope you like our show. You'll laugh, scream, cry, sigh, and absolutely die.
Hogan's Heroes, weeknights at 10 on MeTV 19.1.
A few areas with some clear skies out there at the moment. Houghton, Escanaba, and Menominee, everyone else seeing these clouds increase, and the current temperatures, those 30s, we'll expect those to be our highs and our lows for the next couple of days. Tomorrow we'll see some drizzle. We could see some freezing drizzle here and there, but other than that, fairly cloudy. If you're heading maybe downstate or traveling across the UP Saturday, we're expecting fog in the morning, and freezing drizzle is a chance as well before that drizzle eventually ends, but the high 42. Sunday looks like a fairly decent day to travel with 47 degrees being that average high. And then looking ahead to Christmas, hey, we got a full moon on the way. It's the cold moon. We're likely going to see a lot of rain across the UP for Christmas Day. As we take a look here for Escanaba, that high about 42 degrees. And then Tuesday as well as Wednesday, those sprinkles likely to continue. Finally tonight, Marquette Algerisa made sure everyone got a chance to see Santa this Christmas. For some families, the typical mall Santa might be too overstimulating or just uncomfortable for the kids. So yesterday and today, Marisa's Special Education Parent Advisory Committee hosted a sensory-friendly Santa. The experiences were personalized and longer than your typical visit with Santa, and it allowed kids to take their time and interact one-on-one.
Santa knows their name when they walk in and greets them, and it takes all the time. He'll sit on the floor, he'll let them just sit and stare at him for 10 minutes. There's no like crunch and rush. We just let them have their moment with Santa because every kid really deserves to have that moment.
Marisa hopes to be able to expand this to include more sensory-friendly holidays in the future. Yeah, I feel like that would be a good one with the Easter Bunny.
Right?
The Easter Bunny can be kind of scary to begin with.
I just like how there's more inclusive things like that. So
for those
thank you for doing that.
Yes. That's all.
It's the picture-perfect season.
Gingerbread house.
I mean, this is Pictionary. Yeah. Are you not entertained?
For festive family fun.
Ski.
Launch.
Ski launch.
Ski launch is correct.
Pictionary every weekday.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
Tonight, Colbert's got a new late show with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.